What is going on, guys? And today is gonna be the first day that I'm gonna do a little vlog for you guys. Like I said, I did mention that I was gonna do a vlog tour of the property I just purchased, but in the meantime I did get some kind of bad news from my buddy Spencer, who came out here at the lake a few days ago and told me that my duck blind is not looking too good right now. So he says it looks like it's on the verge of sinking and it's not safe to hunt. So I'm gonna go look at it myself, see what needs to be done. Hopefully it's not too bad and we can salvage the flotation on it. If not, I might come back out here and try to lift it up a little bit and just mount it on some 4x4s and turn it into just a land blind instead of a floating blind like it is now. Or if it's not salvageable at all, I'm just gonna have to let it go and tear it down or whatnot. So like I said, I'm heading out. I just launched the boat just now. Heading out. I'll get back with you guys once I get near the blind and show y'all guys what kind of condition we in here for the duck blind. All right, guys, we finally made it to the blind. It's not as bad as I thought. It is repairable. As you can tell, this side doesn't look bad. It's still got plenty of height on this side with the barrels, but I think what happened on this side, I got wood warping and everything, but yeah, what happened on this side is got a little bit of sinkage going on, so it's 100% not safe to hunt this season until it does some repairs. Let's see if I can get out of this. Yeah, I got a catfish. I got catfish floating on the blind. I said it's not terrible. It's repairable. I think all I needed. I think I lost the barrel. That's the issue. Is yeah, I lost the barrel. There was a barrel right in there. I don't know if you guys can tell. So I had a barrel on this corner. That's still there. Then I got one way over there, but there was one in that little hole. So I think that's what the issue is. So I just need to get me another barrel, get in the blind here, shove it back under, and we should be good to go. Actually, everything else looks pretty good, as far as I can tell, at least. So yeah, I didn't I don't know where the hell. What in the world is this? Oh, that's connected to this concrete. Why is my concrete? Alright, somebody definitely tampered with my blind, because so this rope right here has a chain connected to it. This chain was tied off around that 4x4, which goes into the water and has a 5-gallon bucket full of concrete. That way, because what happened was, whenever I lost my blind due to a hurricane before and ended up way on the other side of Sandy Cove, they had nothing to anchor this blind to the ground in case it broke loose. So that's why I put the 2 5-gallon buckets on each side. This side over here is still tied. You can't see it, but it's still tied off. But this one was completely untied and like thrown over my blind. So somebody either hit it and felt bad and threw it back over, or I have no clue what happened. But like I said, I can still stand on the blind. It's safe-ish to hunt. I'm not gonna hunt out this blind though until I get another barrel. Let me see if I can put this over here. Big piece of stick. I can definitely tell when your blind gets fished during the off season, because you find nothing but beer cans all over the roof of your blind from people that fish and drink and then throw their beer cans instead of throwing them back in their boat. They throw them on top of your duck blind. So, but yeah, it definitely needs some work. Like I said, you can tell it's not supposed to be in the water, and there's supposed to be a barrel right in that gap, and that barrel is gone. So in my opinion, completely salvageable. Get about another barrel or two, winch it up a little bit, shove that thing in there, and good to go. We're gonna shore up this as well, because it's a bit on the wobbly side. So I'm end up putting a 2x4 probably crush right here or something like that to sure it up. I see that one's got a 2x4 right there, but we took this side off for some unknown reason, and then shored up probably some more braces. So with that being said, the grass is actually pretty bad. I don't know if you guys can tell or not, but that grass is way back there, probably, if I can almost see it, right about there was the bamboo blind that me and Spencer hunted out and killed a couple limits of ducks over last season. So we're probably gonna have to definitely use his Pro Drive, assuming the grass stays like this. But teal season is about a month and a half away, so we're probably gonna hunt towards that back area in his Pro Drive for teal season over here, and hopefully things go well. I'll get to this as soon as I can. I gotta actually find 2 barrels first. So that's that. Good thing is I'm not out of a lot of money, because I thought I was gonna come here and this thing was sitting on ground, so that's a good thing. So it was nice to get out though. Like I said, I had just enough time to come run out here and check on this. I gotta actually run back to town and grab a few things that broke at the house. So if it's not one thing breaking out in the outdoors, it's breaking at home or breaking wherever else. I just can't seem to catch a break anytime soon. But like I said, I'm gonna actually turn this into a 2-part video. This first part was showing you guys what condition my blinds and everything like that, because like I said, I got word that it was in pretty rough shape. But the second part, and the part that you're gonna see next, is me showing y'all around the property and a few interesting things that were found around the property that I bought, and give you guys a little short tour of it. So next time you see me, I'll be on the property and showing you guys what I purchased. Stay tuned. All right guys, I told you I would finally get with you guys to do a little vlog on the property that I just purchased. I'm actually walking up to it now. So this is the rough of what it's looking like. This is a whole garden. I'm aware of this. However, this is nice and cleaned up. When I originally bought this property, this grass right here was probably about mid-shin length long. I cut this down as much as I could. All these hills right here were full of little trees and all kind of stuff. I chopped that down by myself with a machete. But the thing is when I bought this property, they've been farming this property right here for years and years and years. And basically it was an agreement. I know the people that's doing or helping out with the farm. It's an older gentleman that basically that's how he makes his side money from time to time. So basically came to the agreement that I would let them finish their crops, do whatever they had to do, and they would in turn, once they're done, cut all this down and level out this ground for me, being that I'm letting them finish before I start the process of all the dirt work I'm gonna have to do to be able to get this property ready to build a house. But like I said, this is it. All this farming, and then there, and then all the way to the road over there. But the interesting part is when you dive into this wood line right here, and then we realize how much stuff we're gonna have to clean up. I actually had to cut out a few guys come out here and already remove an old car, an old truck, an old tractor that was somewhat like this one, and a few other old wagons and stuff like that. I mean, these are not like these ain't coming. They ain't making a comeback. You can't repair these. These are beyond gone. They basically used it for scrap. But like I said, old tractor, big bay boat. Got this pull behind wagon with a sprayer on it. I'm assuming they use this for some type of farming. Let me take you guys around here because it's a little crowded. If you go back there, there's no room behind that boat, so I'm gonna take you guys around. All right, heading back around to a little path I cut. Like I said, there's so much stuff back here. It's an old T-top to a bay boat, one other bay boat, two other bay boats. All the way in the back, you can see the old Johnson, 3 bay boats. Well, that would be 4 total now. They got an old camper. That's actually, I went looking at it the other day. It actually still has the washing machine in it, the heater, furnace, all kind of stuff. I mean, it's completely destroyed and not salvageable, but like I said, there's so much. Once I actually got back here, there's just so much stuff. Here's the other bay boat that had the Johnson on it. Old boat trailer, which is still in decent shape. I think if you put another pair of axles, some new tires, and some running boards, the metal is in great shape. Still walking. It was like opening up a Christmas present the further you walk into this. When I walked in here for the first time. Old bass boat, which is still in decent condition, to be honest with you, unless the bottom of it's like completely broken and not usable anymore. But like I said, they got trees growing out of it. It's only telling how long it's been back here. An old truck bed. This is actually still in decent shape once I can get the little grass and trees off of it. It's an old tractor scraper or a plow or whatnot. The hydraulics is actually still working on it, which is surprising. So I still haven't figured out what I'm gonna do with all of this yet. But now you guys see, being that I just purchased this, I'm trying to get all of this in order, have all of this stuff taken out of here, because this is somebody else's junk basically for decades and decades and decades of just dumping this stuff back here. So I need to get all of this out, because it's nothing but junk and taking up space to me, to be honest with you. But I do have one thing I did pull out of this that I'm going to keep, and I actually have it back by my house. So I will ditch this property and head back over to my house, and I'll show you guys the one thing I am gonna keep. All right, so the one thing that I did say I was keeping is right here. Now I will say it does need some work, but the trailer that I showed you guys that didn't have good wheels on, I said need probably another axle and new running boards. This is what so happened to be on that trailer. Now mind you, this line right here, this scum line from there to the bottom was choked with leaves and mud and water. It was disgusting. I picked all of this out by hand, pressure washed as much as I could to get it out, but like I said, still needs a lot of cleaning to get it right. Me and my buddy Spencer actually took it out to the landing the other day. We loaded this in the back of my truck, or back of his truck, took it out to the landing, put my trolling motor on the back of it, and actually rode for a good 30 minutes with the trolling motor, just cruising. Didn't have any leaks. Worked perfect. The only thing, if I plan on putting a motor on it, I'm just gonna have to weld up that little crack right there in the transom. But other than that, solid little boat. It's a little 14-foot flat Monarch. No papers on it, but I did talk to Wildlife and Fisheries and an attorney that I know, and shouldn't be too hard to get papers on it. So I'm still debating whether I want to keep it or just sell it for super cheap and let somebody else fix it up if they don't have a boat. Since I already have a boat, this is going to be a project for them if nobody wants it. If somebody wants it, I'd be glad to sell it to them. So like I said, this is the only thing I kept from that property. The rest of it can go as far as I'm concerned. But I hope you guys did enjoy it. Gotta go fix up my blind, gotta do something with this boat, and gotta finish fixing up that property. I will try to get back on the water as soon as possible for you guys, but it has been a struggle lately, and I want to show you guys why I haven't been able to get back on the water, and just all the stuff that's going on right now. So like I said, hope you guys enjoyed. Try to get on the water. Stay tuned for another episode of Louisiana Outdoorsman.